All right, so I've been told that it's my job to pump you up. So here I am, and I have absolutely no notes. It's off the top of my head here, and I'm going to make this. One of the little speaking recommendations they made is to make it personal. So I'm going to make it personal, all right? I fell in love with science practically about the time I could walk. And I think a lot of people do. Early on, we're all scientists. We all play in the dirt. We all play in the mud. We all find rocks to bring home. And somehow, especially with young women, that gets scared out of you early on in education. Don't let that happen. It's Science is just cool, and it's everything. So my family was amazingly supportive. At the age of 10, they built me a lab in the basement. At the age of 11, after I blew it up, they closed it. But they did let me go on and become a scientist, and that started in Idaho at a time where people said things to women in science like, "It's too bad you're so smart, you'll never amount to anything." I sent that person my PhD graduation announcement. So I think that it's really, really important to not be discouraged and to not, it's fun. I have been doing science, oh God, I don't want to count how many years. I came here in 1986 to the Medical College of Wisconsin and worked there for 17 years in pharmacology and toxicology. So I want to put out a big thing about how important it is that we support the EPA. We are poisoning ourselves off the planet. We cannot continue to do this. We cannot allow the kinds of insecticides that Monsanto and other people want to put out there to be used. And we know that if we're really loud, Congress tends to listen, especially if we just badger the hell out of them at those town hall meetings. So they will actually do something. So I've got a toxicology background, and I'm also interested in these little things that make energy in us called mitochondria, and they're really kind of our ultimate, they tell us how long, they're our ultimate timekeeper. They tell us how long we get to stay on the earth. What I say to my students is that what gets us in the end is we rust and we can't take out the garbage. So in a cellular sense. So what I mean by rust is oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is everything from lead poisoning in Flint, Michigan, to nicotinoid insecticides, to all of those nasty things in processed food. So we really have to be responsible for our own bodies. I think that generally we know more. We certainly know more about our iPhones and our apps than we know about how our own bodies work. And I think we really need to learn that. The other thing that's really fun is science is a great adventure in terms of travel. Now, I have traveled all over the world following scientific interests. I have been to Cuba to study a nutritionally induced blindness that happened when the Soviet Union collapsed and the Cubans went on a basically starvation diet. And in collaboration with our Cuban colleagues, we determined that it was a B12 and folic acid deficiency. And the Pan American Health Organization sent B12 and folic acid, and the Cubans got better. I have been to Brazil to study a blinding disease that's caused by a mitochondrial mutation. And I've met and learned everything about my colleagues in Brazil. I have been to Australia to study, I study near-infrared light treatment for retinal disease, and I've worked with my colleagues over there. It's extremely exciting. But the thing is, the best funded science in the world is funded by the National Institutes of Health here in the US. And we have to keep pushing them and pushing Congress to provide a budget. Those breakthroughs that have led us from everything from treatment for AIDS, no vaccine yet because it's a rapidly mutating virus, but treatments and an amazing direction in terms of basically almost making cancer, rather than the death-giving disease, a chronic disease, in terms of understanding ways of stimulating your immune system to go after those nasty little cancer cells. And all of this has come sort of, what I like to think about this is from the laboratory bench to the bedside and back again to sort of sort things out. And that's how it works best. It's incredibly exciting. I love teaching. I love watching the interest of students. I like students at every age. I think if you can't explain science to someone with a 5th grade education, then you don't understand your own science well enough. So it's really important to be able to explain it to everyone and to really express your excitement about it. I'm totally unembarrassed by being a nerd in science. It's been who I've been all my life, and I'm happy to continue doing it. So let's get out there and march.